Take a look at the jackpot from the back. So no matter where you get the ball to go, here's actually one of the tulips. You can see the back of a tulip. The ball will roll down over towards the seesaw. And the seesaw will pivot, releasing the ball, which will roll over here, enter this turn, and then come down this track. There is a metal arm that goes all the way across here, and that weight of the ball will push that arm down, causing it to pivot at this point, which will push this rod up. When it pushes that rod up, all that linkage here will pivot, causing this white arm here to pivot. And when that arm pivots, it will release the rocker arm here. And as the rocker arm releases, all the balls in the jackpot assembly will fall down. They'll hit a metal plate here, and then they'll roll across, and they'll land on an arm here, a white arm. And that arm will pivot down, and when it pivots down, it will reset your seesaw for you. So your seesaw will be in the wrong position, it'll reset, then the balls will roll across, hit a bell right here, and go out into your play tray. If you get a bunch of jackpots, the balls will start to back up. They won't actually hit the bell, they'll back up, and they'll back up, and then they'll drop down this way instead, hit a bell here, and go out to your receiving tray. Let's take out we'll do a few. Okay, we actually got a jackpot paid out. You may have noticed that the ball stopped part way. I'm going to go ahead and do another jackpot. Okay, nothing's happening. And nothing's happening because the back supply tray at top needs to be also the supply tray. Now they didn't cause the arms to reset themselves. Sometimes they will and sometimes they won't. So what I'm going to do is this long rod here, I'm going to give a little tug on it. Okay, and it reset itself. If that hadn't worked, if you had like dozens of balls backed up in here, you'd had to clear the jam, and you can watch our instruction video on how to clear bigger jams like that. Just to keep your supply tray full of balls and to make sure your seesaw is always in the right position. Now these machines were originally in parlors, and they had a lock. And of course the attendants there had keys, but they didn't ship the keys over to the US. So let me show you how people would get into the machine for home use. So if you had your machine at home and you needed to get into, say, the play field area, there is just a lever right here, and if we lift up on that lever, the play field door will pop open. And we can swing it all the way open, and then we have access to the play field door, play tray door. It has balls in it, so you need to empty the balls before you open the door. You also want to do this before you transport your machine or lay it down or store it, because you don't want to have any balls in your machine. So the way you do that is you have this lever here. We're going to slide it over to the left, and the balls will roll here down into the tray below. Now sometimes they may get stuck because the weight of the balls can cause them to jam, and if that happens, you just take the finger and loosen the balls. And you may also sometimes have to flip the flipper and loosen the jam to get them to roll. Though we got all the balls out of here, there's still some in the shooter assembly, and to get those out, I just pull down partway on the flipper. Not enough so that it shoots out the shooter lane and out, just enough so it rolls back down into the receiving tray. Okay, now we got all of them out. Now you can push this metal tab right here, and as we push it, we can grab the play tray and pull open the door. And that gives us access inside in case we ever need to clean anything. Sometimes carpet fuzz or oversized balls can get in here. You just pinch these tabs, then you can swing open the shooter assembly and get inside of here and clean out any debris that you may have. You close it just in the opposite direction, Push that closed. And now whenever you want to close the door, you need to make sure that you are aware of a couple parts here. This lever here, this piece of plastic, is what loads the ball into the shooter lane right here in front of your piston. As you pull down on your flipper, see this part right here moving? You see that tab? That tab needs to be over this part. So as you're closing your door, you may want to lift up or down. You may even need to reach from the back, and you may need to push this up to make sure that this part goes under this part. So then we'll swing the door closed, and you just want to do it gently. Maybe even push down on that metal tab as you're closing. You know, it's not, I'm going to reach around from the back, lift that part. Okay, and I just had to push down more on this tab to get it. You don't want to force it, so if it doesn't feel right, take your time until it feels smoothly. And now the flipper's working just fine. Playfield door, basically do the same thing. We'll bring it closed, and it has a catch at the top and bottom, and I'll just squeeze until that closes. The other way to open your machine, which is how Pachinko parlors did it with the key, they would turn the key, and as they turn the key, it would operate two latches that would release the machine from the frame. So there's a latch here and another latch here. Without the key, you can just reach back here and maneuver this latch, and as you can see, it's moving this one. And if I do that, then I can actually swing open the entire machine from the frame. So if this was mounted in a cabinet or in a wall, you can swing that open and access the back. Now, to get the balls out of the back of the machine before you store it, I'm going to go ahead and release here. So that got all the balls up to this point. Now, to get the balls out of here and out of your jackpot, you need to take this rod here, and we're going to lift it up and down. And check. Okay, now all the balls are out of the machine. Okay, that's it for this quick start guide. We sure hope you